Hey, welcome to episode 90 of the Great Pendragon Campaign. Good to see y'all. Welcome back. Hope you had a happy Easter week off.
It's snowed a whole half a foot and melted since then.
Wow. Well, I was just telling our group here that I've been reading a bunch of books and I just saw The Northman. And my life has been significantly better since seeing The Northman. I would strongly recommend it. I think it has, besides sexual violence, there's trigger warnings for pretty much everything in that movie, though. Lot of death, but also it's good. It's a good movie. I've never seen a movie partake in like this is probably the best Iron Sworn slash Burning Wheel kind of story on film. The entire time I'm watching it, I'm like, how did this get greenlit? Is the question. Like, how did some multi-million producer let this actually go out? Someone must have saw, they're like, oh, we're just creating Hamlet with Vikings, and they must have just like fell asleep and just didn't care. That's the only thing I can think of, because this shit is just like there's no, it's so like niche. uh it is, what kind of like ancient Norse saga that you're able to get out here and do. It's remarkable. Anyways, yeah, if you were, I kind of wish I would have watched it. It's definitely like Beowulfy, a little Conan. I would definitely say that it's hinted with spice of Conan. Uh, Meets Hamlet. So also just like great stuff for spiritual imagery. Drawing here from Pendragon, how we want to ride that line between the real and the perceived real and the spiritual. It balances it spot on. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so where we last left off, this was the year 525. We were getting ready to partake in our raids in France. We were saying goodbye to our loved ones as we were joining up pretty much in Wessex to embark down to the continent. You all were recruited to be sort of the vanguard, or sort of even more than the vanguard, kind of the scouting raiding party to establish and secure a beachhead for Arthur's and the rest of the host's army the following year. Sir Lamorak of Estragales has been leading you all. Good guy. And yeah, I'm trying to think. That's kind of all I can think of. Yeah, he told you we're trying to make contact with Remy and Tatienne. They're friends of Godwin, in a town called Barfleur. It's off a little estuary of some, French river. And I think like en route, we kind of have like the tense kind of drum things as we're getting started for today's session. And we have a sort of narration by yeah, like by Lamorak, right? Like pointing to kind of the map, right? Of if our plan's successful, our enemy's going to think we're going to be up in Calais, which means their enemy's belly is exposed for the gutting right here, pointing to Barfleur, right? And like the music kind of gets tensed up, and we'll slice up the town and demand its surrender. King Godwin has assured that his companions and friends in the town will open the gates when we arrive. So, that's sort of like the tense part, and we see the maybe like two or three smaller like rowing kind of crafts as the three ships are going up this little river here. You all are on board. You're wearing, you got your shields and your helms and stuff like that. You're ready to go. It's probably like around dawn, right? As you all are sailing up this river quietly up to the proper sort of like walled parts of Barfleur. Your craft's beginning to sail around the bends when you can see like the torchlight glittering on the waters above you. Like that sort of like extra bit of reflection coming around, meaning you're pretty close to the town, right? And that's when you can, as you begin to make the bends, you can see the town's wooden walls, but dangling from those walls are two men, dead, and many torches above. As they see your ships approaching, horns cry out, bells ring, and you hear the sounds of men ordering, "Allez, allez!" The camera's going to zoom in for a bit and see the hanged men with like notes on their corpses that say, "Death to the false King Arthur." Javelins and missile fire begins to whoosh whoosh into the river as you guys are sailing up to Barfleur. Lamorak cries, "Shields out! Get us to the walls now!"
All right.
All right. So, dodge missile fire for me, please.
Okay, it's D6s. Or...
Yeah, D6s. Don't get a 6. we're all waiting on bated breath for Colin's roll.
we know how this usually goes.
Yeah, right. So again, even like with torchlight from a wall, like they can barely see you, right? So like it's a very, very unlikely chance that someone will be, and this is more of just an incidental targeting, as just the javelins and the arrows are just like whistling and whistling off the boats. Some folks got the shields up. You're hearing like the thump thump thump. They're just like the ricochets off of them as you guys are steadily rowing closer to these walls here. As you get closer in range, you start to get pelted by stones as well. The town's doing whatever they can to repel you. But you're finally at the part where you're able to disembark. But then you have to kind of basically scale these walls here under missile fire. So this will be a 2 out of 6 chance to start getting hit as you guys are all going up the stuff. The first one off the boat, of course, is going to be Lamorak, who immediately begins to try to scale the wall. Or actually, no, even better, dude, because he's Lamorak, he's going to like hold his shield out ready first, like the next person to like help him, like get him a boost up to get going.
Yeah.
So you guys, you like see the little like shield walls that you have up front like break as you guys leap aboard. On land. These are wooden walls, they were probably like a floor's height, above you. It's not like this town's rich and prosperous, right? But you can see, the dozen or so men set to defend this town. You can hear those cries of the rest of the townsfolk as they're like, run, like get away from the fight. To them, they're saying like the savages are here,
There's like 50 of us, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely have this place outnumbered, but like they're going to have to, they're fighting
Right.
for...
Yeah, up to walls then.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's cool. So I think just give me like some kind of like strength checks as you're climbing up these walls here.
Orthrin can probably just like step over, right?
Yeah. Colin rolled a 5. Okay, cool. The damage from an attack, just goes off of your shield. This is just more to represent the goings, that the pace of this. Hell yeah. Great. All right. So far it's pretty successful. I think maybe a few of you, the extras in the film have maybe like taken like just a glancing arrow or two. But for the most part, you all are well too armed and equipped. You overmatch this town, who are nevertheless trying to hold off for their homes. So let's see. Like Acewin, let's go with you first. You crest the wall. Between you are a few peasants with rocks and stuff. But I think before you're able to draw a sword to them, one of the more well-armed defenders waiting for you all to get over the walls coming at you first. He's got a sword and a shield, so obviously like a gendarme or like someone of non-peasantness per se.
Mm-hmm.
So they're swinging at you.
Okay. 9.
3. You beat them. When was the last time you fought someone like with a sword?
But it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
The most average roll
Yeah, that's not going to do.
4s, a 6, and a 1.
It's not going to do too much for us. So I think it's more like you parry them, you shove them back, you get them a little bit, but they're still there. Then we see Gorthrin, on the camera pans out a little bit. We see Gorthrin come over the wall. Gorthrin, let me just roll, see the random person you're going against. Oh yeah, cool. If there's no kind of elite soldier here, you're just surrounded by a bunch of peasants and stuff with javelineers and archers. So you get to have your fun here.
Yeah. All right.
The question will be whether or not they can get away from you, right? So can you just make a quick dex test? Like that's like the question is whether or not and how much damage you're gonna kill these people. It's just a question of like, do they get away from you? Right. They fumble. Nope. Okay, so they cower underneath you. There's no running from them. So easy.
Bastards.
Yeah. Not
anybody
a lot
that's got a weapon is good, fair game.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they all do up here, right? They are already either they have some sort of missile stuff, right? We're trying to repel you off these walls. You can see other people in the distance, right? Are still trying to stab you. All of the folks who are trying to climb up, and we can without going. We could also describe it as like this is one of the guys with like the spear or whatever who's trying to hit you down. He just grabbed the spear and like yank him, like he tumbles off the wall. Wilhelm screams into the river as you jump up above, and the rest of the folks are like cowering from you. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Back to the quick fight between Acewin and this guardsman though. Curses you. You're back to your hellish realm. Oh God, I dropped my sword. I fumble. Cool. So you get to do pretty much everything here. Yeah. This sword goes caressing off the wall here, man. Yeah. Acewin runs him through, and he falls off the ledge on the town side of it. Right. The other folks are like beginning to fall back from the battlements and stuff. You can see that like most of the people here fighting right now are fighting to the death because they're the most like ardent people, right? There's no sign of like any sort of notable lord or whatever. You can kind of see Lamorak like looking around for him, right? As he's like like stabs a guy, he's like looking around, like where's the leader? Get him.
How far are we from the gatehouse?
I think that's gonna be kind of like the next question here. It's a relatively small town on the riverside. You can try to make it. It's dramatically close enough, but it's a risk. Yeah. Okay. I don't know the dimensions of the town.
Yeah.
But
sure. Yeah. Gorthrin's just going to turn to whoever the handful that followed him up the ladder and be like, "We're taking the gate."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. I think for just fun purposes, it would be fun if Acewin and Gorthrin and you all, going up these ladders, or you guys go to the gatehouse. Cool. Yeah. All right. Can I get another random missile to test, just to see if you all are going to get randomly shot as you guys are going over there?
Son of a bitch.
Of
Every
course.
time.
Taking aim at
It's off your
Gorthrin,
shield.
just moves at the last minute.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, again, like, it literally, like, you're there, it's just goes off of your armor, right? Like, the reinforced armor of your...
Yeah. That would go off even if I didn't have my shield.
Yeah. Exactly. Just shatters, or just off hit. Grand. Cool. You guys are moving, and I need to roll to see who you all are facing. Okay. That is 2 men-at-arms. Okay, there's going to be 3 men-at-arms between the two of you. I would love to know which of you wants to take on the 2, or how you split it up, as you guys are still on the... I imagine you're on the battlements trying to get to the gatehouse or whatever.
I will take the 2.
Yeah. I'll take this. Take my 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't even know if I want to invoke any passions right now.
I'm thinking about that as well.
Yeah.
They look pretty well equipped. They're not like
Yeah,
a peasant levy with some armor thrown on them. They're pretty...
No, these are the guys that have like the town, like they have like a helmet or a hat or something like that. They're wearing your reinforced chain like you are, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna, I think especially because
Probably
I grabbed
house guard
two of
type,
them.
yeah.
I'm gonna invoke honor. Just be like, this is, this.
My bachal.
Yeah, a little bit. It's sort of like I need to equip myself here, right? That this is this may be a raid. This may be a small town filled with peasants, but the honor is in the deed, not necessarily the opponent.
Yeah.
So I want to fight with honor, even if I'm not fighting high knights.
And the story I was trying to convey about this town is that the friends of Godwin are hanging off of the wall right now, right? Like,
Oh,
they failed.
That was pretty clear.
Okay,
that was pretty clear.
All right.
Sam, stop it.
Oh shit. Yep.
I think
Honor passes.
I think Gorthrin's in a similar position and motivation. I always get nervous rolling passions now.
Yeah, right.
Even with the 60 rules. Hey, nice.
Okay, 5. So I got to split. I'm gonna go 9 and 15.
Cool.
So first one is gonna be, this is 9.
You got 16s coming at you for both of them.
A hit, a success rather.
Slightly better success. And then a 9 and a 14. So 2 slightly better successes.
Fun.
All right. First attack damage. Second attack damage.
Wait, shit. I didn't factor in my No, I did. Never mind. Because the honor bonus is before I split it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then I did it right.
Yeah, it gets added to both, I believe.
Okay. Clang and clang.
Yeah. Destroyed. Well, I didn't roll for Jim's guy yet, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna beat a crit. 38. 39 is enough to kill him outright. 38 does cause him to have an unconsciousness test, but I'm pretty sure I'll roll that in a little bit. 13 and 17 damage to Colin, goes off your armor, goes off Acewin's armor. Again, I think it's more of just like that shield thing up front, as they're trying to hack at you and you're pushed forward. The third one, Gorthrin, you kind of just sail over this fight going on here, and just pretty much a stab and throw this guy off the battlements as well. You can describe to me how you kill him.
They break out of somewhere. We didn't see him coming, right? Like they kind of catch us. And I think Gorthrin just uses this momentum to shove his sword point through him.
He's not. Yep. He fails his unconsciousness test. Just quick dispatching at night here, or basically pre-dawn here. As you will, yeah. That's when you can kind of see coming towards the gate. You guys are approaching the gatehouse, right? And the palisade, the what do you call it, comes down. Started the P. The portcullis.
Portcullis, yeah.
Yeah.
That you got to get that down. You can see there's like a rider, like kind of well dressed, like getting ready to run out of here, right? So that's going to be the next question here is, can you get there in time before the rider gets out, right? So you're clearing your space you need to get there, but I kind of just need like a speed test to rush over, and a speed, then a strength test. And I will roll a random shot. Okay. Yep. No.
You mean like a dex or?
Yeah. I think a dex here would make sense.
All right. We're still impassioned, or inspired rather.
Yeah. You're still inspired.
Oh, then I succeed.
Okay. With 2 successes, then I think you're able to make it to the portcullis. Yeah. Gorthrin strength. Yeah. down comes the portcullis, locking the guy in, sealing his fate here. And I think the raid is going to be ultimately successful.
Nice.
So,
Nice and clean.
yeah, you cut to the captured, like the guy on the horseback. Obviously, is going to surrender here. They are. Where was his name? His name is Alain Demont. And Alain is obviously expecting to be treated with hospitality and as a ransom, right?
Yeah.
It's like, surely you
barbarians.
Yeah, surely you ransom, you barbarians know the customs of ransoming, disdainfully as your prisoner.
Yeah. You're talking about barbarian. It's less than 30 miles between here. This guy are they Frankish?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
These are all Frankish knights. So this is the guy who put to death ostensibly Godwin's friends.
Yeah.
That
Somebody
like
else saw
a
him.
problem. Yeah.
Yep. Well,
I'm sure the prince wants to question him.
Yeah. Absolutely. The prince is going to question him, but as you guys kind of like fan out and begin to take assessment of the town and stuff like that. But for all intents and purposes, Barfleur has been captured for Arthur.
Nice.
Yeah. You're going to have to try to hold this place, as well as sort of continue to scout and around the greater peninsula area for Arthur. So there's still going to be more to do in the next coming bits, but the raid part, the initial attack was a great success.
Great for that.
Yeah. Something comes up while interrogating the Lord. One of the children of one of the knights for Godwin, a knight by the name of Carmen, basically demands to see the Lord and wants revenge for the death of her father. Yeah.
That is
This man is not worth the Librum or the treasure.
That is not our decision to make.
And whose is it?
King Arthur's, King Godwin's.
Let me see him. Let me talk to him. I will explain my case. Sure.
So she wants to talk to Godwin about getting access to the
Yeah,
prisoner?
she doesn't. I mean, this person doesn't know that Godwin's not here or Arthur isn't here, right?
Yeah.
Put me then be rid of you. Let me talk to the one in charge. I demand the revenge of my father.
Demand it all you like. We have taken him ransom, and by those laws, he will be unharmed.
What do you want? What if I paid it itself? My family has money.
Degrade yourself.
Yeah. This person's obviously grieving in rage that her father died last night.
Yeah, and Acewin's not having any of it.
Yeah. I think she's just kind of. I imagine kind of on foot where this is happening, right? Because you're just in camp. It's not like she's armed or you're armed or stuff like this, right? But she's going to try to just shove you and be like, what do you know about death?
I'm a knight. I live with it every day. Sleep with it at night. Wake to it in the morning.
And my father meant something to me. I don't know what dog you crawled from.
Your grief makes you unwise.
You're damn right it does. She's just so mad. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna channel some goodwill hunting here.
Yeah.
Right, when she goes to push me, grab her and hug, be like, it's not your fault, Will.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that kind of consolation. I would like that to resolve that way. So it will. But Just the idea of you've been knights and you like you don't know this person, but fucking they lost their dad, so they're mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what that's like.
Yeah.
And will volunteer to lead any scouting or like supply sort of runs. He wants to get a lay of the land.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the ransom, how, because they're like kind of like two ways that these go. Sometimes it's someone who just like is going to be a fucking petulant child about being a prisoner the whole time, and then there's the ransom who is just like, I'm going to be an honorable knight and do what I say and what I hold my words to.
Yeah.
How does this guy appear to be taking ransom?
It's a little too early to tell. You hear Lamorak like punch the shit out of him, like in a tent, right? You just hear him like, after like some insults are thrown out, like, "I've never listened to you, swine," blah blah blah. It's like, "You will do what your king demands of you," And there's eventually Lamorak comes out and it's like, he agrees to watch the town for Arthur, as he's like wiping the blood off of his gauntlet, his mailed fist.
That is concerning to me, because that is us not treating a ransom correctly. So
well,
yeah.
Lamorak has gone through his patience, as you can see from him, but he's mad, right? But
Ace One's not going to just let this pass. And
be like, hold him accountable.
Be like, are you to remove all doubt from his insults of us?
That's what it would have required, Acewind.
It's not what's required. What's required is that we act as knights, honorably, act with justice.
Perhaps if his parents had the good sense of him being born on our fair island, that would have been necessary. Or wouldn't have been necessary.
A man might be born of dogs and still conduct themselves properly. You are born of something far nobler in stock. Why do you not act better?
I mean, part of me thinks that you're explaining a good case here. Can you test honor for him?
Yeah.
Or can you just test honor about how, and basically, how you would teach a squire? Like, does he get the lesson that you're talking about? And I think there's a part where he like grabs a bucket of water and stuff and like tries to wash the blood off of his mail and stuff, and it's still there, and gives it to his squires, and he goes, "Acewind, I've acted unbecoming of a leader. You're right." And he's going to go in and apologize to him and offer him sort of like whatever meals and hospitality he requires. And
Acewind goes to join Gorthrin, and just like a quick look between them, like it's every day with this shit.
Yeah. How old is the prince?
Lamorak?
Lamorak.
25.
Okay. So he's still kind of young.
Yeah. He's like a decade younger than us.
Yeah.
And you can see, I think the thing I'm trying to convey here is that this is the first time a lot of roundtable knights are in a war scenario, not necessarily just tournament. Like, of course we're behaving and stuff like that, but this was like an actual fight, and there's emotions and things aren't always clear.
I think what a lot of them are going to run into is the kind of messiness of it. We know the stories, and we got to experience the tail end of a messy period of warfare, and here we've already started to get these knights introduced to a very formalized, ritualized way of fighting at these tournaments and at between each other, these kind of nominal raids. I think Acewind actually brought with her the family chronicles because she knew that both Erwin and Gareth had been to France before, and wants like kind of like a touchstone. Be like, all right, what are we expecting? What did they go through? And it's kind of trying to draw from that.
Yeah. Perfect. So Gorthrin, you've already volunteered to start kind of going on some patrols and stuff, right?
Yeah, we want to take just a squad of cavalry and sweep through the hinterland of the town.
Mm-hmm. Well, cool. I
Because
think
we have to hold this for a while, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So we need like supplies. We need to shore up the defenses, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you're gonna have to have some sort of the children of the folks slain are gonna be probably the best allies here, but there's other folks in the town who are willing to give you some sort of intel about where to go and look around.
Yeah, definitely going to go to the families of our Godwin's two compatriots, two friends.
And express remorse for them. But
Yeah, for reals. Yeah, Godwin's a friend of mine. I consider them friends. They were going to help us. They risked their lives. They spent their lives, their father's lives. So it's I'll include them if they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. I think there's definitely like there's almost a uniform between all your experiences in Salisbury and the losses here on the Frankish shores. That it's the same thing of you see a family devastated by a loss of their patriarch. Some people lost a dad, some people lost a mentor, some people lost the manor feels emptier here as you're going through. But I think I would rather snap to a part where Carmen kind of drags out we're in a different manor, and Carmen, again, one of like the local counties, not very far from Barfleur at all, right? From a different manor, drags out sort of like the 18-year-old petulant son who's kind of like in charge of this manor, and pulls him out, and we're gonna have a justice event that she demands.
Nice.
So in addition, you'll see that under new management, some folks are looking to right some old wrongs that were let go. So the story of the old blackberry bushes and the borders and the manor times from from our early days.
Mm-hmm.
Well, something that rhymes with that is going over here with an apple orchard between these grounds here, and needs to have and they want basically the land from a concession from this manor. These manor guys obviously were sworn to protect Barfleur. You killed the guy, and this is his son here, so obviously he's mad, and he's willing to swear allegiance to you and and Arthur and defer and stuff like that. But they also want to, it would be great if they would keep their apple orchard. My father planted that apple orchard when I was a baby. That was my part of my inheritance. Please, this is a mistake. Please, your king is just. Rule for us. Right.
Okay. Can we call as a witness the knight that lives in the orchard? I assume because we had a knight jump out of our blackberry bush that they're just knights that live in all bordering fruit trees or shrubs.
Yeah.
So,
any fruit giving plants probably have a knight living in it.
It is a fact commonly understood that a blackberry bush is in need of a knight.
Yep.
No, but you could call it a testimony a cat. That's
yeah. Let's have a trial. For
they also have
town.
they also respect the cat law.
Yeah.
So,
how would you like to rule here?
We first thing we want to establish is what the just thing is, but this is also a situation where we might have to temper that for political purposes. Like, which side would it be politically useful to rule for? And does that hopefully align with actual justice?
It's a good question. Well,
This is like Carmen, whose father was one of the two
sworn
contacts,
friends of Godwin's. Yeah.
sworn friends got hung
Yeah.
from the walls,
Mhm.
and then she's bringing out the guy that we had held for ransom. That guy's son.
Not
someone
his
else?
son, someone else, but
Okay.
a sworn, vassal, vavassor.
Yeah.
The guy you was captured in Barfleur is like a vavassor of, somebody,
Gotcha.
right? And this is a sworn person of him, right?
Here's a question that just occurred to me. The friends of Godwin who were killed,
Yeah.
were they killed correctly, like according to the justice of this place, or were they kind of, because obviously they were going to be traitors, so
Yeah. So they were.
one might expect that they were going to be killed. The question is whether or not that there's any bounds for being like, yes, you killed them, but like displaying their bodies the way you did was
Oh yeah, that's
too
disreputable
far.
for sure. Yeah, but
Okay,
yeah,
then that might be the linchpin for awarding it in their offspring's favor, being like, as restitution for mistreating
These
their
apples are-
bodies, you're like, regardless of your actual claim, you're giving them this orchard.
Franks are Christian. They converted, right?
Yep.
Like we heard news of it decades
Yeah.
ago or something. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Yeah. They can't treat people. They can't even traitors, right?
Yeah. Here's what we do. This is my suggestion. We formally rule that the orchards go to the Vavassor guy. And we tell the Vavassor guy, and also you are voluntarily giving them to the other person as restitution. So we will resolve the legal dispute, but you are making a gift of this, understood?
Right. That this is on your own volition. You're donating it.
And let me know if you need help signing that document of your own volition.
I think part of me like wants them to say no because it's part of their family line, but they also know that they don't really have a choice here.
Yeah, that's good because they don't.
Yeah. Yeah. So they sign it over under duress is ultimately what happens here.
Good. We'll leave this for an appeals court.
Yeah.
The big bosses will be around in the later in the summer.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's important that we rule justly, rule in favor of the Vavassor first, because we want to demonstrate to him that we know like what the law is, but we also want to demonstrate to our allies here that we have the ability to project a political influence here, a presence here, try and reassure like,
yeah,
yes, your father died helping us, but it's not going to be in vain because we can do this.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. The other part that you all need to figure out now is supplies for the winter. Because you kind of just, currently ransomed is the current vassal or of where all this stuff was supposed to go for this. I imagine again this is like late August or so when you guys were raiding here. The idea here is you wanted to get a last press, grab Barfleur, hold it through the winter. Arthur comes in the spring, right? Like that's kind of the idea, or hopefully. So before anyone can kind of mount stuff. So the problem here, though, is that a lot of this stuff got sent off to Bayeux, which is sort of like the seat of power of this part of France, Normandy. So
got 50 knights plus all our horses. Like it's not a small.
Yeah.
You need in mouths.
So the other part here, though, is that you need to just help Lamorak decide on how you're going to treat your even like the loyal people who have bent the knee to you, right?
Right,
As
like-
well as the disloyal. Like everyone's gonna have to tighten their belt, right?
It's kind of like we're gonna
50 more
impost.
nights.
Like
Yeah.
we have to impost here, but
Yep.
how much do we impost?
Yeah, exactly.
Acewin is going to, I think she's really channeling Gareth's kind of ruthless political side. Acewin's going to sort of publicly be like, this is a great opportunity for me to get in touch with God and my piety by fasting. So I'm gonna fast, and that's going to, bring me the spiritual strength I'll need. It just so happens that that's also gonna lower, and like trying to get other people to buy into this as like, yeah, let's definitely fast for religious reasons of our own, of like a great idea that we just had, irrespective of our logistics right now.
That's a
Well,
tough
who
sell.
all amongst the raids actually manages a town? Because Gorthrin has been spending a couple of years like managing Till's Head, being very
Yeah.
involved with the domestic affairs of it, and like his stewardship isn't great, but he's got a good siege and knows how to delegate. Like if it's a matter of logistics, that's kind of why I was wanting to do supply runs and stuff through the countryside, not just to see if there are anybody's coming up.
Yeah.
To just
For sure.
gather as much as we can.
Yeah. So I just rolled to see whether or not this person was kind of killed in action or unavailable. They're totally fine. Yeah, I believe the town's equivalent of a seneschal of a like an executor, like the check person, exchequer. That's sort of like the accountant head of a town. Yeah, they would be here. As well as sort of like the priests to help with the keeping folks in line.
Yeah.
Exchequer.
Exchequer. There. Thank you. Exchequer. Yeah. So they're around. I think so. The question isn't so much, there's going to be anarchy in our floor over the winter. It's just a question of how much does it suck for everyone around. And I love the idea of like trying to use this as a, hey, we should all fast. But I don't quite know if that's going to stick.
No, I mean, it's worth a shot, but I don't have hopes that this is going to solve anything.
I think I'd be willing to give you a small contingent as like an auto success here. But I think if you wanted it to go more, I think you need to give some sort of speech or convince someone to do the speech on your behalf to really get the knights going here. You know what I mean?
Might be worth a conversation with the local priest about what his sermons are going to be in the coming weeks.
Well, asking the populace to fast, right? That's way easier than asking knights to fast.
Well, no, but I mean, presumably the knights, at least the Christian knights here, are going to be going to church on Sundays.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like having the local spiritual authority also happens to be talking about the spiritual benefits of fasting.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of trying like a global propaganda thing going on here.
Sure. How do you approach the priest here, who probably speaks English pretty well, or Cymric,
or at least Latin?
Yeah.
Right?
Do you? Yeah. Do you?
Here's how I.
Is it a realistic question? Like, is it a question if it's like realistic, like the mouths and the logistics? Is it, how do you approach them? Do you let them into your political plan? Is this sort of like wisdom? Yeah. How do you?
I pitch it very sincerely as like, I know that your concern is your village, not us, right?
Yeah.
But we represent a pretty big strain on your town. It is in your interest to help me reduce that logistical strain as much as possible. That if you want to protect your town, you got to play ball with me here. And hey, if you happen to get to watch some English knights be uncomfortable for weeks, I don't think you're going to cry much about that.
I'll see what I can do. Yeah, and so I think you hear more of a pulpit talking about the benefits of a fast, and
right, talk about all those Christian heroes, warrior heroes, and just how they probably fasted before their greatest victories.
Yeah, fasting is the Gatorade of the medieval era.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the 3 fucking pagan knights in this group are like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, more for us. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to. I think I'd be willing to, because we're going the priest route. Yeah, I think it would be okay for as far as like lifestyles and the question of whether or not the impost is going to cause more political problems or not. I can see that kind of being resolved. Or at least tenuously, not going to blow up by springtime. There's a long enough fuse there. That works out.
Yeah, because really, we just need to get, when Arthur and them arrive, we'll have supplies. We'll be good, and we'll start being able to raid. Because I assume the reason we can't go out raiding now is because we don't want to tip our hand.
Yeah, and exactly. Plus, it's winter, which is not the best time for raiding.
It's not, but like if we need food, I wouldn't be averse to a winter raid.
Yeah,
it's bad, but in the back pocket. The thing that I'm really thinking of is more like timber and like non-food supplies to make this place. Like first off, there's like a bunch of extra people that just showed up, so we're probably going to need some stuff like repair the palisade, get stuff ready.
Well, here's a. Use the boats? No, that's dumb.
No, yeah, it's our homes are on those boats.
There's enough timber around to like have folks try to repair some of the palisades and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like you laid siege to this place, right?
Yeah. I was thinking more of like adding extra in case someone does discover we're here, reinforcing parts of it.
No, I think the more interesting scene that I have in mind here is I think it comes. All right, so I love the idea of this conversation with the priest and stuff is happening, but like while Gorthrin is away at this part, and like on the patrols and stuff. And I think joining the patrol is another like local lord, a relatively like new envoy, from a little bit more south from Barflor. And they come with like a white flag, like tilting, up as they're approaching you and stuff, and say like, Knights of Arthur.
Ew.
Yeah. My name is Maximilian. I have a castle, a few days' trip south. Please, I invite you and the strongest and most noblest among you to come dine with me this evening. And through this winter. Why hold up in Barflor when you could be near my fires and eat my venison?
Hold up in Barflor because that is what our king commanded us.
Yeah. We have the same king, for I am here to swear allegiance to Arthur.
I will take that oath, fealty. He'll still stand in for Arthur if need be. He's a knight of the round table. Come on.
I come at great peril to myself, but I cannot convince my own local liege.
Who is that?
To see reason. And he just so the guy at his name is Sylvain at Chateau Gaillard. This guy's coming here from like he's like so that's the Chateau like so Sylvain is kind of like the actual like duke, right? Then there's like the earl, quote unquote, would be of like Bayeux, and then there's this guy who's even like below them, right?
Yeah.
But basically he's like, I'm risking myself. I'm flipping. I'm turning goat here. Again, this is not just like in 2 nights this happens. This you can kind of imagine time has passed, right? Like weeks or so.
Right.
There is kind of word in the countryside maybe that something has happened here, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as he heard that stuff, he's an early adopter, right? He's comes here
September kind of.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And he's
Gotcha.
it is here to be like, listen, I got plenty of food. Come stay with me. We'll be
I
an
get
ally.
the sense that this is like a trap, or he seems pretty desperate. It's like,
No, he's not desperate. He believes he's a true believer. He knows Arthur's exploits, right? Like
Right.
like there are people who on this continent that do believe in, and I think he says, I know if you do not trust me after whatever resistance you've seen in Barfleur, I understand. But know that my heart is true.
forgive me if I come alone the first time before I bring any of my companions. And I think Gorthron does. Gorthron wants to check it out before he reports back.
Lovely. Perfect. Yeah. Well, yeah. This guy's castle or chateau is gorgeous. It is relatively on the level of anything from like Devise and stuff like that. It's a great little spot. He offers you wine and all that kind of stuff. You can see that he is, he walks you through his stocks and stuff. Like, see, we are well provisioned. We had a great year. We've kept things prepared here. I've even did not offer my full shares to my lord, knowing that he is, he keeps that private to you. That I am saving for my real lord, for Arthur.
You say that your Lord Sylvain does not see reason. Is he a otherwise reasonable lord?
Oh yes. He is just. I do not know if you have a lot of prideful men when you in Britain, but my lord is very vain.
So it is the same everywhere then. Well,
if you say so, sir. Yeah.
Sometimes the vain men need to be broken, and other times they see that before it comes to worst. And Gorthron is speaking more about himself than anything, because he's been riding a 16 pride, pretty much since I made him.
Yeah, there's definitely a conversation about the horse and stuff as well as as you're coming over here. But in general, no, this guy is just a very well-off knight, knightly lord, looking to kind of get in early on the Arthur train over here.
I'm sure he's been hearing stories for a while now, given the proximity. Gorthron just wanted to check it out and make sure it wasn't a trap. Like if he's the only one captured, then that's great, but if it's like Lamerick and Ace and everybody else that would get captured, that'd be a disaster. We can lose me, but not all of us. So that's what Gorthron wanted to do, and then he's happy to introduce.
And I think there's a rather matter-of-factness to it that I think this lord will absolutely say something to the effect of that. It's admirable that you would risk your life for your own lords and the protection of your fellow kin.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is like doing due diligence before a merger or acquisition. Yeah.
It's
like there's no rancor.
Hey,
it's not
I
even
found a guy in the woods.
It's not even like that bone deep super suspicion. It's just like no, I have to check this. Obviously, gotta check off the forms. Make sure the paperwork's in order.
He's happy to make the introductions and arrangements. We are in need of provisions, in fact.
Oh, be happy to.
What a blessing.
Yeah. Come.
Yeah.
You and your friends must be starving in Barfleur.
Do you have any eels?
Yeah. No.
Like he wants to make a friend
Yeah.
of this guy. Gordon's
Right.
looking for a new friend.
No, we do not have eels, but I've been told that they are quite abundant where you're from.
Mm,
You know, as
yes,
you're talking
delicious,
about it. Yeah.
buttery. Mm.
Yeah, and you just start describing these
Yeah.
delicious meals. But yeah, so really the tension here is more to do with the fasting versus the abundance issue.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to like go to his chateau. It's not enough to feed like the whole town. It's
No, but for
Yeah.
you good knights,
Mhm.
you have to keep up your strength. You have to,
Certainly,
and they'd be more than willing to give you whatever is needed.
yeah,
For his
water
water
for
provision this year.
horses.
Yeah, basically he's like living like an extravagant life this year,
Yeah,
right? And he's like, I have more to give. I have plenty. Come eat at my table.
yeah. I want to hear as much as he's willing to share about his liege lord, just to get an idea for who we're dealing with, and he's not going to pump him for information or anything.
Mhm.
I think that would be dishonorable, but he is going to try to just Gordon's friendly. He's like, yep,
Sure.
gonna be here. Any good hunting spots or
Yeah. Sure. You would know. Yeah. So this guy, you listening to him, having never met him before, though, you can kind of key that his key traits here is that he is indulgent and forgiving.
Nice. Yes, we lucked out.
Yeah.
Yep.
His Lord Sylvan is honest, but reckless and sometimes cruel. I guess pride as well. I'll just chuck
Yeah.
that in there. But in general, yeah.
Rival, honest.
Yeah.
What was there's sometimes cruel and there was a fourth.
Reckless.
Reckless. Right.
He encouraged, over many a dinner these past year after the Romans have went home. He, as soon as I heard the Roman envoy going up to see Arthur, I knew something was coming. I'm glad to see that my planning bore fruit. I've been trying to convince my lord for many months to be hospitable to Arthur and his army that is be undoubtedly coming to our shores. But he is like a rock. I understand. He is older than us. He's from a different age.
Yes.
Loyalty.
I know the type.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very loyal.
Yeah.
My king can be forgiving,
He-
but he is also filled with a great wrath. That's
Yes.
just a fact. Like, it's
Yeah,
just,
oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
just-
No,
that's who you're dealing with.
Yeah. It is hard to bear such greatness
I was there.
gracefully.
Yeah. I was there when he drew the sword from the stone.
You were. You're not just saying that.
No. And Gorthon will tell.
Is that
retell the
true?
tale. Mhm. Yes, indeed. I don't know if Gorthon had been knighted yet.
Yeah. Like, this is the part where they're like, see, we just thought that was a story.
No. I tried myself.
I thought he would have won it in a tournament.
No, he did not.
Oh.
He was a squire and not in the tournament.
Yeah.
The sword, he just tells the whole story, and Gorthon's like he, earlier had tried to pull it himself, and yeah, by then Gorthon was already a knight, because this was 510
Mhm.
when the sword was pulled. And so he's like, yeah, it was 5 years later, and there, this boy walks up, couldn't have been older than 19 or so, and like butter pulls it out as if it was nothing. Several times, hundreds of times. No one else could draw it.
Is
And
it,
he'd give it,
is it true that when he swings that sword, it sounds and it hits a shield or another sword, it sounds like lightning?
Gordon's going to draw his sword and show the seam.
Yeah. Oh yeah, where it broke. Yeah.
Mhm.
What?
I faced a few years ago. My lord was attacked by a assassin who was under a spell and had stolen Excalibur from him, and I sheared my sword in half. He'll tell all the stories about the battles where all was lost until it was won. It was drawn, or we saw a flash of the banner or something like that.
Yeah. And he's like, I think it's more like, I think it's also drawn to like the scar of this blade and the way it was healed, like because the Lady of the Lake is the one who repaired your sword. There's this like, this is it's masterfully kept. Yeah.
He'll indulge the good Sir Maximilian, and with just recounting tales of those the early years, the bygone adventures and the like, especially the battles. Like that's what he wants to impress upon our new host.
Yeah, well, and so it was like, it works out really well. There's this nice like you have a great time with this guy, and before he's like, it's the morning, and you should be going back to your men. They're you're certainly, they want to know more. Should I accompany you? I don't want to impose.
I think it might be best if we come to you.
Oh, okay.
And he means that if we can, we'll be you'll hear from us by midday.
Yeah. Cool.
It's not that far away, right?
No, it's just a few days ride out.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. No, it's about a week or so just journey south. Sorry, it's a little more than a few days. Like this is not something you would have encountered in the initial scouting. This is guys a little further out.
Okay. In that case, then yeah, I think it'd be, if he can come with us.
Oh,
then that would be good.
Yeah. Oh, another addition though. When you talk about recanting the stories of the giant and stuff like that, he tells you
he
that
saves that stuff.
Oh, you haven't told him the story.
He's going to save the story of like the supernatural stuff.
Always got to keep him on more.
Okay. This is all just stories of Excalibur.
Yeah, right. Baden Hill, Excalibur, all this stuff. Yeah.
None of the fairy stuff yet.
For sure. Okay. Fair. That's pretty fair.
He's got to unlock my second level first.
yeah. He's got to grind more rep with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, he doesn't leave you empty-handed. You see that your horse is overburdened with food. You know what I mean? And gifts and stuff to give people. He didn't give you a chance to say no as you were leaving.
Yeah.
So you're coming home with a bunch of like fresh rolls and stuff to give folks. Which is obviously what a town that's now committed to fasting wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We dedicate our spiritual health and our physical health to the Lord by fasting, and then
the wafting smell of freshly baked brioche comes into the church.
Tomorrow, fasting tomorrow.
Like he gave him this gift, and he's invited us to dine, but when Gorthrin comes in, he's going to share the love and will pass out loaves of bread like he's Christ.
Yeah. And the thing that like you see people are like they don't want it, right? That they're like obviously they're hungry and they should be coming out for this stuff, but the town is sort of the idea is that we are fasting.
I see. Okay.
We are in fast, but so they take them, but rather than eating them right away, they're like we're saving them for our noon meal, the only meal that they will eat or whatever, their supper.
What they do with them is their own business. That's good. Respect. And then we'll introduce Sir Maximilian to Prince Lamerick and everybody else.
Good. I was starting to think that we're going to have to fight every single one of these guys over here come spring.
We might. His liege is quite loyal, of the old guard.
Yeah.
You know the type.
Yeah. Sylvian?
Yes.
Yeah. My father told me about him. Apparently, something about Uther. I don't remember it. I was too young.
dealing with an old fox then.
Apparently, Uther didn't keep some sort of promise to him.
Aeson, isn't that in your book? Your family chronicle.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it is.
What?
The days of Uther were desperate days, and from what I've read, Uther's first son is not. He was a knight, but no gentleman, if that makes sense.
Lamarck is friends. Yeah, I remember him. Maddock?
Maddock, yes.
Yeah.
Before my time, but not my father's.
Yeah. For my time as well.
Father had some interesting opinions on him.
Oh, what is that? Yeah. What does your book say about him?
I didn't know so many things rhymed with whelp.
He like snorts. I very much wish I could have met your father.
I've heard that before, and I can say confidently that half the people that did end up meeting him regretted it thoroughly.
Oh. I could tell you, my dad's no King Arthur either.
Who is King Arthur? Sometimes I think not even Arthur is Arthur.
Well, I don't think King Arthur has gallivanted across this countryside, sowing wild oats. Half the time, the people I'm battling, I'm wondering if I am related to them.
One would certainly think twice about any casual dalliances while in France in that case.
Yeah. Which Lamorak has been not been getting into. I imagine there are other knights who are less inclined, but Lamorak is not like his father in that way, where it's like he doesn't want to repeat that mistake.
Yep.
So it's kind of I'm pointing out only as poignant that you would bring that up because it's actually very much that he's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. I never understood how those appetites matched in war. And the last thing I want to do is bed someone after I just fought. I don't get it. It's never like
one and the other. Like
reminder, like Lamorak's like one of the best fighters like ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And he's like, I just never understood that need.
Aeswin's remembering how she met her second wife.
Yeah. So like, can someone? It's like I feel she feels like, or Lamorak feels like he just doesn't generally doesn't understand it, but is just kind of confiding in you all, being like, no, like honestly, like, can someone please explain it? Like I don't get it.
Need. I don't. Like, how do you explain something?
Yeah, I know.
Fundamental.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Suppose if it's you don't feel it, then you don't feel it.
Have you ever had some seneschals? I know Wern takes pains when designing some of our feasts to pair things like the wine and the mead with the cheese and the meats.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a leg of mutton by itself fills the belly and the palate? And if you had then a wine that is light and airy and soft on the tongue, each thing by itself enjoyable, but
no doubt,
when the one follows the other, there's something more to it. The mutton more delicious, the wine tastier for its pairing. So sometimes the rough passion of war with the gentle passion of love.
You're alive. And so there you are. Now, Gordon's just why would it need any other explanation? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
No, I let
clearly the prince is has other priorities, other things going on.
No, I think he appreciates it, but I, as a player, am failing to come up with a good retort to you. He's thinking something like the church or some faculty that would be like with clever writing and wit is less for you not being among them, right? It's kind of what he's thinking. Like, you're a great knight, but you're a master of those words. I'm beginning to see what you mean, and while I'm fully confess that my palate is not accustomed to anything of that type of pairing, nor do I want it. I can understand it. Thank you.
What a strange world would be if God had shaped each of us the same. So let your appetites fill you as they will.
Speaking of appetites, this gentleman has brought us considerable provisions.
Yes, this Maximilian. I've been told he's quite generous.
Shared some with the residents of Barflor, but we have been invited to dine over the winter at his chateau, his castle. And just, do the whole thing. I'm guessing that
we have
Barflor's
promised,
waiting to be summoned or something.
Yeah, but we have promised the people of Barflor that we would fast.
Yes.
I wasn't there for that. Gorthrin
Gorthrin's like,
I know.
really? I mean, I understand that we have to. If there's lack of provisions, but if we don't need to, must we fast? Is this a big priority? Like, Gorthrin just is trying to gauge the room.
Yeah.
Lamorak say a promise is a promise.
Yeah. I may have been more persuasive than perhaps I needed to be, Gorthrin.
Very well.
I would.
The resident,
I will treat with this Maximilian, and I will be hospitable, but I will not indulge, nor will I, break my fast.
Very well. Excellent. I'm sure you'll be crestfallen, but a promise is a promise.
Yeah. Come, Acewin. Yeah. Let's go meet this Maximilian. And welcome an ally to the fold.
Yeah, Gorthrin's going to fast while he's in Barflor.
Yeah.
And he's not. He's going to eat.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing I wanted to ask as we go to the winter phase would be like, do you break your fast with this guy, with Maximilian? Like, do you want to like test indulgent or so? Like, do you want to test your fast?
I'm gonna test spiritual to see because, like, obviously there was the kind of political manipulative side of this, but I want to see whether Acewin is also sincerely invested in the spiritual aspect of the fast. Because at 17, it's a notable trait for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Acewin's going to hold to it, not even for the practical reasons, but it's just spiritually, this is something that she wants to do.
Okay.
We were just talking before the thing about like how we shouldn't and can't disregard the perceived irrational impulses of things like religion informing decisions of these figures in the past.
Love it. Yeah. Corthan, you didn't promise. You didn't promise to fast.
He wasn't there. He didn't
Yeah.
promise. He's not going to flaunt. He's not going to, push the issue, but he will let Prince Lamric know. I think it would be a mistake to turn Sir Maximilian's hand away. And while I respect and hold to the fasting while in Balfour, as according to your lead, we should maintain our friendship with Sir Maximilian because he might be a key to others. And so, like, that's what Corthan's saying is like, listen, I think it'd be a mistake to just leave this guy hanging all winter. And some of us ought to go and spend time with him and keep that connection open.
Here's the question. Yeah. So let me test the hospitality of Lamrack to see how that goes.
Mm.
Okay. Yep. So I think it's important to Lamrack that he fasts, but he does it in a respectful way that he doesn't piss off. Maximilian.
He can hold to his fast to be like no wine. Like,
exactly.
He'll still eat a meal, but he will only have water, instead of wine or like
Oh, if you're fasting, then let me give you fish and water, and like that would be more than happy to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excellent.
I did not know that it fills me with great joy to see that so many knights of Arthur's Round Table adhere to so many tenets of Christianity. Like you are the true blue.
Mm-hmm.
So like, he takes it positively, right?
Very good. Very good.
That to have such courage in your hearts to cross the channel and be ready for violence, and then turn your heart to God just like that. Turn your stomach to God, I should say. Like what? He's looking at you and like in a clever, like nice kind of way, like you almost like how a kid like they would like grab your arms, like like what are you made out of? Like how do you do this?
Yeah.
Like,
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really know us. Like,
no,
they're not Romans. They're not Gauls.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these people. I mean, they do a little bit. Like a couple folks here fought for Arthur's conquest in the Boy King, if you recall. And then Arthur didn't repay.
Yes.
Some folks, again, I'm referring back to like Vertigern and Uther and stuff. There's like some past reputations that live on here as well. But yeah, no, these people are just as. But I think the core thing I'm saying is there's more similarities between you all than there are differences.
This is the Silchester field trip all over again. It's like this simmering kind of like background, like, oh, those fucking English. But like, we don't really know what we're about.
No. Maximilian's a big talker, has a big heart, has super generous with his food and stuff. Is just trying to be hospitable. Right.
The English knights are like, so tell us about the French beetles. We've heard all about these French beetles that you have.
He's like, I don't know where that came from. I do not know. Like, these beetles. You say they're the size of my hand? He like holds out his hand. Like, I believe
I'm finding a tailor in London. Are we going to travel through Paris?
Oh, I have quite a few folks in Paris that you should meet. Yeah,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
How good is the French player's chateau rolls right now? Like, what's his bonus on that?
Like +9. Doing okay.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Cool. So I think then we should just go to the winter phase. As sort of as you guys all have successfully held off the for the winter at least what haves yous in the Normandy coast.
Okay.
One of the hard parts here though is that like you're not really going to get news back to Arthur of the success, right? It's not like a boat's going back over.
I was at a question about that. Right in the aftermath, we kept our boats. Is there a way?
Well, I guess they could probably like hire but not.
I know it's winter.
Yeah.
It's not great to travel.
It's not a great time. I think there will be at least one boat crossing because I guess Arthur will have to know that like Barfleur has been secured. We can.
It was like the day, couple of days after we took it, in the early
Yeah.
days, kind of thing. Yeah.
Maybe presumably sending maybe some of the wounded back, right? People who was like, hey, you probably don't want to stick around for a
if you don't have to.
tight winter.
Yeah.
If you're
Bring word back to Godwin about the knights. That
yeah.
But we don't expect to hear from him until the spring. So
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing's coming back is, I think, the main thing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So
Obviously, it's expected that you guys stay on the continent.
Yeah. About glory, is there any glory that comes from the fall,
The raid?
from when Oswald, like not just the raid, but I was thinking like last session we played with Oswald dying and taking over the inheritance of the Isle of Wight. Is there any glory that comes from any of that?
Oh, yeah, I think
Or does it go to Sweden?
Yeah, well, I think the swearing ceremonies and stuff like that, of the title changes, yeah, I think that's probably warrants about 100 glory, considering it's a earldom, not earldom, but a castellan kind of position, right? So it's kind of a big ceremony.
And then for taking Barflor, do we get any glory for
Yeah,
for that and the knights we killed?
I think in total it's going to be about 50 because they weren't necessarily knights; they were just gendarme.
Right.
Yeah,
armed sergeants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one of those coming later in the spring to protect my surgeon.
Yeah. Yep. The ever-growing retinues.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm assuming everybody else is catching up with us later, and it's really just Gorthan's getting to know his brothers-in-law. Just spending time with the two brothers.
Yeah.
Hanging out. Going hunting. Eating at this guy's chateau.
Yeah. I don't think they really distinguished themselves or worthy, but they also weren't, slouches.
Yeah.
It's
more keep him close, keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Get him out of Swederin's hair. Shouldn't need him all winter hanging around.
And for what it's worth, yeah, it's actually kind of hard to get a lot of glory here when you're around such high caliber people.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they're not the worst, they're fighting around is promising.
Yeah, just stick with me and live.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
That was a fun raid.
Yeah.
Let's begin the processions for manorial calculations.
Experience rolls.
Oh yeah, experience rolls first. And I'll bring us over to the winter phase.
No shifting of any of the traits.
Okay.
Don't have anything checked except there.
And aging.
Oh,
Oh man.
literally nothing. Aging. That's 2d6. I think I'm all right.
Get our
Yeah. After experience is aging.
live long enough in our places to get the bonuses from like improvements and stuff, or the checks from improvements to our manors.
Oh no. You don't get the auto checks of your manners because you're not there.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
All right. Nope. Dancing is still.
Damn.
It is, yeah. Hey,
Falconry.
Yeah, let's see what else. Religion don't get. Lance gonna stay the same. All right.
Okay. Aging checks for you.
Oh, that's one.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
Or no,
three.
wait, that's three. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, that is rough.
All right, yeah, that's rough. Here we go. Let's see each
86.
one of these. So it's going to be 2 from Con and one from
for
appearance. All right.
Oof,
That's gonna be that's rough. Yeah.
that is
So-
real bad.
I mean, we're in winter, foreign country. Gordon's are going out riding and patrolling every day. He comes back all like dried out, just rugged. It's taking a toll. All right.
Oof.
He's wasting away without the eel pasties.
Yeah.
He really
That's
is.
really what it is.
So that's
It's-
good because like if we're supposed to be fasting, Gorthron needs a lot of calories.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Gorthron's a big boy. It's gonna be all skin and bones.
Yeah.
Friends.
Well, at least it's not your strength.
Yeah, I do lose 2 hit points, but I know what I'm bumping with my next glory bonus.
Yeah.
Right?
What are your current hit points?
36.
You're just
How
like
do you have more than me? Oh, because your size.
Because he's
max
I've got
max
the
size,
yeah.
you've taken more like stat loss from that single age roll than your entire life of damage to you.
Yeah, I've only lost 2 points. I'm like 1 in con and 518 and 1 in dex and 507. That's it. Both of those I bought back. All right.
All right. Then I think we're good there. There's survival rolls, and then we do economics.
My wives are fine. Archie is good.
My wives.
Burn is good. Yanto, let's see how he is. He's good. So I might have lost Sir Eldred of Laverstock. I don't know how old he is, but a 1 is always bad. Unless he's older than 45, I roll again. He's safe. If he's young, if he's 45 or younger, he's safe.
He's 40.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
he
he's
died.
younger than 45.
Okay, good. So he had a brush. He had a brush with something. Let's see.
Roll a d6. 2. That is decrepitude.
Okay.
Had a brush with a decrepitude. Died from aging, worn out, and broken down.
Okay. Interesting. So just had a year of like
Overwork.
ambiguous bad health. You know,
Yeah.
It's like not like he was specifically sick from something. He was just kind of always poorly.
Yeah. It was very touch and go for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Great. All of my they're all doing great. Plus. And then finally, is the Downey still a big fucking shit heel? He is, yes.
Classic.
All right, that's it for me for survivals.
Nice. Then we got to do a justice roll. You guys can't be there to do a justice event.
Nope.
All right. Never mind then. So instead, it's just going to be. I've already factored in an additional malice for being away, so it's just going to be a straight your steward Warren versus your steward stuff, right?
Yep.
This year it's a 22.
Right. Success from Gwern.
Oh my god. Yep, you guys succeed there. And let's see what's going on in Till's head. That's a crit. So no. Out of a 22.
It's what's her name? Lady Bryn, the Queen's steward. So she's only got a stewardship of 16.
All right. Yep. So Till's Head. Till's Head gets a crit. Stewardship is a pass. I believe that creates a poor night condition there, which I can describe as sort of when we come back to it in the years to come. This one.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of provisions
pass,
have been
pass.
taken to prepare for this from Till's Head as well.
Yep.
Hive indicator, when Gareth and Erwin away, our spouses did the justice event.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And also Alwina having to listen to testimony when her lazy is like 19. If it's all right with you, I'd like to roll lazy to see if she even bothers to do.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
This one's about a widow and a peddler.
Oh, that was the wrong. Okay.
Oh.
Why is it?
I was saying pagan.
Pagan. That's so weird. And the value is not 15. That's so weird. What if I roll pagan? Nope. That is weird.
Oops, all pagans.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just rolling against a 17. She crits lazy.
Yes.
So does not
crits
show
lazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
She can't. She just. Oh my god. I love it. She doesn't. She just doesn't show up. She sleeps in.
She sleeps through her own justice event. Oh, that's perfect.
I'd like to see how Bruggen does.
Yeah,
because he's standing in.
A rich farmer who offers you a librum to settle, or an unconvincing tradesman. About a love affair.
All right. Do we know what Bruggen's justice is?
I have no idea. Roll a 3d6 to see what it is.
Oh.
Okay. Pretty average.
Here we go.
Fail.
Not for Bruggen.
Oh.
But he's got a whole pound.
So y'all's all right. Let's just assume hatred of landlord goes up for both of you.
Yeah. That makes that tracks. Knights are away.
That's incredible.
Not attending their duties.
And you know that Karen was there, but because she's officially a house knight, she can't. So she's like standing awkwardly next to the empty chair for an hour or two for being like, I think you have to go home now.
All right. We got our.
I think I was still spending on hatred reduction last year.
Yeah. We got our spouse's industry to roll, and then your other random miscellaneous income.
Yeah. If she like.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So she's too busy weaving.
It's a new loom.
Yeah.
Right. She doesn't have the Till's Head loom. She's got the Isle of Wight loom. It's a whole new system.
Yeah. She's like at another manor, like checking out this loom. It's like, I could ride back, do this justice, but I'm here. It's already midday, which is basically
the lumens a booming.
Bedtime. What am I gonna leave before dinner?
Yep.
No. I'm sure Gwern can do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What does that mean for we don't really know what it means for us yet.
Yeah. Gonna get an additional spouse industry labrum. Then improvement income. I think we get a roll for our apiaries.
Yep, apiaries, and I think the orchard matures. Or is that? Do I still have another year on that?
Yeah, I don't know.
When did you build it?
When did I build it?
Yeah,
I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
it takes a while.
I'm pretty sure
just stop losing money.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it's like 4 years.
Yeah,
4 years. Okay, so that means
1, 2. Your next year.
Next year. Oh, it's next year. Okay, good.
Yeah, Because like 525 is the first year that the pear orchard at Cholderton generates 3 Libra a year.
Mhm.
And that was built by
So I'll just
Irwin?
make note 527.
Yeah, was that
I think
Irwin?
Irwin planted that orchard.
Incredible.
I can't remember. Yeah.
And this becomes 3. Okay. You can't spend generously for the year.
Can't.
Cannot.
Can't do conspicuous spending either, presumably.
Nope.
I mean, if
That's what I meant.
Still pay for our
sorry,
we're still paying for our retinues and stuff. That
Yeah.
contributes to
Sorry, you
us.
can't. No, I meant conspicuously spend for like the extra generosity.
Extra glory for
Glory,
conspicuous spending.
Yeah. No. You can certainly pay to live richly, which I assume you all are doing.
Yeah.
You gain
Like Corcoran on his Easter clothes and retinue alone hits his spending every year, just on those.
Remarkable. All right. Tilshead's final money, you only lost 2 gold this year. You're at 326. Gunnet gained 2 gold this year. You got 116. That works out. Just barely. Cool. I believe economy is done. We go to stable rolls.
Okay. Stable rolls. All good. In fact, Odysseus gets even stronger.
Hell yeah.
Special horse. This one Andalusian I've got with the right or the left foreleg stocking just keeps rolling 6s when I So all right, Brett, let's bust out that Punnett square. What do I need to roll? 2d6?
I believe it's a D4.
That makes the most sense.
Notes.
No, the same one.
Winter checklist. Was it? Oh, it's a. Are you breeding the special horse with another special horse or a plain horse?
Yeah, a special.
On a 1 or 2, the trait is passed on. Special and plain is only on a 1. The trait is passed on.
I rolled a 1 for the D4 roll.
Oh yeah, we got horse breeding Punnett squares.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Right now there are 4. He's got 4 charger foals with this left
Magical.
stocking. Yeah. and then the elf blood. As well. Yeah. And I'm calling them elf blood Andalusians.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna call them. Yeah.
That's incredible. Some of the finest horses on the continent. Well, that's freaking awesome. We have family roles to do, followed by household member improvement and training and practice.
Family rolls. Didn't we already do those? Or you mean improving?
Sorry, the improvement roles. Yeah. This is if you wanted to marry or anything like that, but nothing of that really matters.
Okay.
This
Improvement.
point.
Let's see if Quern gets even better. Nope.
Not this year. Weren't you like 1 off from him improving last year? Like you rolled a 20 and then like you rolled like a 5 or something?
No, I rolled a 6, but I forgot had to roll that back because when you hit 20, it's only on 20s.
Yeah.
Your NPC improves, which
Wow.
Gwen is at 21 right now. So
I mean, that's already pretty good.
yeah. And I keep meaning to ask how old he is. I know that he is old now,
Oh yeah.
but we're getting to the point where he's going to hit very old.
Oh yeah. Gwen. Not the cloth merchant. There's the steward. Gwen is 65.
65 and 525.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Gonna do some quick math.
Wiry physique with delicate face and rosy skin, their voices slow. Hired steward by Gareth.
So he was born in 460. Look at that.
Wow.
Okay, so from here on out, he's going to die on a 1 through 4.
Oh.
All right.
He has his pair regiment. and the Quern's own accounting system that no one else understands.
Yep.
He had to invent his own zero.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some historical records that Gwern actually invented calculus.
Right. Yeah. double entry bookkeeping. This guy over here.
Yeah. He's the first. Yeah, exactly. He has gap principles.
I call this the TurboTax method.
Hell yeah! You gotta sell that. You gotta print out ads.
Amazing. All right.
I don't want to raise.
Did we do training and practice?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What am I gonna improve?
Excuse me.
Ooh.
I know. Yeah. Okay. I know. I think I know what I'm improving. No, I don't. I don't know why I said that.
It's 5 points to any skills, 1 point to skill up to that's at 20, or increase attribute trait or passion by 1.
Yeah, there's a bunch of skills I'm looking at.
That 16, right, is when you start getting glory.
Yeah, 16 is glory bonuses.
16, not 15.
Yeah.
But merciful is, it's one of my chivalry things. God, my chivalry bonus, 21. I can just take 21 damage. Tank it.
Necessary.
Unnecessary. It's very necessary, to be honest.
Yeah.
Skill. I bumped up my siege and my orate. Siege is at 15.
It's a good one to grab.
Yeah. I figure we're going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna bump battle to 20.
Yeah.
Smart.
Battle to 20. All right.
I am less than 200 away from 16k glory.
Nice.
Good. I think it's going to coincide that he hits famous when he's on the continent, which I think is going to be a good, nice coincidence.
14.5 is where I am right now.
But so you crossed a threshold.
No, I started the year at 14. This has been a
okay,
low glory year, to be honest.
Yeah, that's about to change.
Yeah.
If anything, you all got the extra
worried.
bit. Yeah, you got the extra bit here, being a part of the Raiders. That was cool.
Yep. Got 50 extra.
Oh
Glad we were able to stop them from getting the word out.
Yeah.
It would have been a nightmare having to fend off attacks all winter.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been a nightmare of glory bonuses that were racking up. Come on.
Yeah. So 526 is going to be a big old year. There's literally a French War events table I get to roll on. So I'm excited.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. We love a
Um,
good table here at
yep.
Pendragon.
absolutely. Especially something called War Events Table.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah. So we're gonna be doing a lot of raids, a little war, a little siege, maybe all of them at the same time.
Sometimes.
Yeah, as we you basically get to march to Rome.
Yes.
So
Yes, we
that's
do.
that's the goal going for the next year. But I appreciate y'all coming along, and I love that I love this game, and I love that I get to this is an interesting part of the game. I'm so excited about it. So I love that you all are also like I don't know we've almost progressed so much that now it's almost meta to your own characters. Like I feel like Acewin and Gorthrin really know who they are now, right? And if anything, maybe I should start having a little more attention to your kids, and having a little more scenes there.
Yeah, I mean, my oldest kid is only 12, so
Yeah, yeah. Well, your next of kin, your next of playable kin is the question that I should probably have. I should keep those muscles primed and ready. We should check that part just in case.
oh yeah.
So we have an idea of who these people are. But yeah, that's
There.
remarkable.
Yeah, I'm taking it. I think, but like by way of a small flashback, I do think like leaving instructions because we are going to be gone for so long.
Yeah,
Just sort of like make sure that Cadwalla gets a good a good squireship.
Yeah.
Kind of Sweeterin knows that though.
oh yeah,
Yep.
it's essential.
Alwina, Gwern's going to handle everything. It's a small thing, but it's important. Just make sure you dispense the justice every year. It's very simple and easy thing you can do to keep the peasants happy. So
Just
I
one,
trust-
just one.
I'm asking so little of you. I'm just going to ask you this one thing, if you don't mind.
Oh, of course, my love. I'll take care of that. No problem.
Yeah. Just remember to take the chicken out of the freezer so that I can cook it
Oh,
tonight.
yes. Love it. Awesome. Well, all right, then that concludes the year 525 and episode 90. Nice, y'all. Any final thoughts, closing thoughts before I head out?
I've been really looking forward to this part. I knew that we would be marching on Rome, and I'm like, I have no idea how this is connected to the Arthurian legends, or I don't know. This is the most out there part of the campaign that as I know it, and so I'm really looking forward to it because it's like it's almost like we're pretending to be Charlemagne or something,
It's so weird. It's such a weird little nugget of Arthuriana where they were just like they just had to have Arthur beat up the Roman emperor to like really be like, we're remember the groaning of the Britons, like we got him back for that.
Yeah. Remember we put Constantine the Great on the throne. Yeah. That was us. Yeah.
Definitely how history worked. Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun because the Pendragon just puts it all in a big pot and stirs it because it's like in real history, this is the Gothic War, right? Like Rome gets sacked like dozen times or more in 4 decades. It's like all the aqueducts get smashed just because the Byzantines and Goths can't stop fighting.
Yep.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's go burn it down.
Yeah.
Sack Rome.
Great. Well, thanks, y'all. Thanks for tuning in today. This was super fun. And we'll see you all next time. See ya.